Hi guys, you're welcome to my channel. I'm Oluwakemi by name. If this is the first time you're coming across my channel, I greet you. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always. In today's tutorial, in this particular tutorial, I'll be drafting a basic bodice pattern and everything you need to know about it. How you can achieve your butt contour, how to do away with zipper bunch, and as well how you can snatch your waists. So if this is what you are interested in, kindly like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. So without wasting our time, let us dive into the video. So the first thing that we are going to do is to measure our starting line, also our shoulder line. So by doing that, we're going to take our tape this way, and I'll measure ½ inch. So I'll measure this ½ inch at several points, and I'll take my ruler. And connect the points together like this. So that is our shoulder line. The next line that we're going to be taking is our chest line. So from my shoulder to my chest line is 7, so I'll mark 7. I'll mark 7 at several points. I'll mark it at several points. Then I'll take my ruler and connect the points together, and I'll label it chest line. So the next line that I'll take is from my shoulder to my bust point. My shoulder to my bust point is 11. I'll mark 11 at several points. I'll mark 11. I'll mark 11 at several points like this. Now take my ruler and also connect the points together. So I'll connect the points together. So the next line that will be ruling is from my shoulder to my waist. So this bust, I'll label it bust line. So from my shoulder to my waist, it's 17. My shoulder to my waist is 17 inches. So I'll mark this 17 also. Mark it at several points. I'll mark it at several points. Mark it at several points and connect the lines together. So I'll connect the lines together. So the next line that follows is my hip. So from my waist, this is my waist. So from my waist to my hip, I'll measure 9 inches at several points. Then I'll take my ruler and connect the lines together. So from my waist, I'll go down by 28 inches as my gown length, 28 inches from my waist. I'll go down by 28 inches. I'll mark it at several points also. Marked it at several points. My gown length is 45 inches. So if I remove 17 inches, which is my shoulder to waist, from 45, I'll have 28 left. So that is what I did. And I'll connect the lines together. So this is my gown length and also my full length. You can put full length. And for this one, this is hip. This is our hip line. So now that we have taken all our lines, the next thing we are to do is to measure our neck. So we're going to be taking our neck measurements, and for the width of my neck, I will use 3. For the width of my neck, I will use 3 inches, and for the length, I'll also use 3 inches. So what I'll do is that I'll mark these 3 inches at different points. I'll mark 3 inches at different points. I want to make sure that I have a square shape. Yes, because I'll be using a free hand to curve the neckline. So this is my neck. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to measure my shoulder. So my shoulder is 15 inches. So 15 divided by 2, I'll have 7.5. So I'll place my ruler this way. 7.5. Sorry. So this is 7.5 here. These are 7.5. So from this 7.5, I'll go down by 1 inch. So from the 7.5, I'll go down by 1 inch. So this 7.5 as well. This is 7.5. Can you see that? So to determine my armhole, I will take my bust measurements, which is 36, divided by 6 plus 1.5, and to give me 7.5. So from this line now, from this 1 inch that I come down with, I'll draw my shoulder slant. This is my shoulder slant, and from this slant, I'll go down by 7.5. I'll go down by 7.5. But note that by doing so, what you're going to do is that you're going to take the measurement, your measurement here, which is 7.5, take it at this place. Make sure it's the same 7.5 at this place as well. Then connect the lines. You connect the lines together. So you connect the shoulder lines together like this. And make sure you roll the lines also. So give it a straight line like this. So what you're going to do next, is to take our dart measurement. So we're going to take our dart measurement. My nipple to nipple measurement is 8, and 8 divided by 4, 8 divided by 2, is 4. So from this, for my bust line, I will measure that 4. I'll measure the 4. To my waist, I'll measure 4 as well. Then I'll come down for my waist. For my waist, I'll come down by 6 inches. I'll come down by 6 inches. I'll measure 4 as well. Okay, this is the 4. Measure 4 as well. Then I'll connect the lines together. So I'll connect these lines all together. Because the darts supposed not to reach the hip side, so that is the reason we're taking our darts from the waist to this place 6 inches, because we don't want it to get to the hip. So to take my darts, I'll be using 1.5 for my dart intake. 1.5 for my dart intake. If your own bust is 35 and below, you can use 1 inch. But if you are on the other side, maybe 36 above, you can use 1.5. And if you are your bust is like 44 above, you can tend to use 2 inches. But for me, I'll be using 1.5. So what I'll be doing is that this 1.5, I'm going to be folding it into 2, like dividing your 1.5 divided by 2. So whatever it gives you, you're going to mark on the waistline. You mark it on the waistline, and at this bust line, you come down by 1 inch. This is to avoid pointing at the bust at the nipple side. So you come down by 1 inch. Then you connect your darts this way. You connect your darts like this, and you also connect the other side too. You connect it this way. Can you see? Then you also connect the other side too this way, and for this side too, make sure you place it very well. Then you connect this way. So now that we have taken our darts, the next thing we are going to do is to shape in our body contour. So to do that, what we're going to do is from this bust line, you're going to divide your bust by 4. Your bust circumference, your bust measurement divided by 4. So mine is 36, and 36 divided by 4 will give me 9. So I'll place my ruler like this. This is 9. I hope you can all see it. So this is 9 inches. This is my 9 inches. And I'll be adding 2 inches extra allowance. So this is where my 2 inches allowance go to. So the same measurement that I have here, total of 11 inches is what I will be taking at this armhole line. 11 inches. Can you see? This image is what I will be taking at this armhole line. This is 9 and this is 2 inches extra. So for my waist is 27. So 27 divided by 4. 27 divided by 4, whatever it gives me, I'll mark it. This is what it gives me. And I'll add 2 inches to it. So this is for my allowance. And for this place, whatever I have here, this is 1.5. So I will add 1.5 to it for my dart. Whatever I take for my dart, I'll make sure I replace it at the waist line. And for my hip is 38. My hip is 38. So 38 divided by 4. 38 divided by 4, whatever it gives me, I'm going to be marking it out from the hip line. So I have 9.5. So I have 9.5 here. So, and I'll add 2 inches. This is where my 2 inches ends. So now what we're going to be doing now is to connect our lines together. We're going to be connecting all these lines together. So can you see that? Connect all these lines together like this. And from the hip line, I'll be using my free hand. So from the hip line, I'm going to be using my free hand. Yes, can you see that? So that's what I'm going to be doing. So whatever you have at this place, at your hip line, whatever you have on this hip line, let us take the measurement again. This is 11.5. So that is exactly what you're going to measure at the down part. Can you see? So this is also 11.5. So you just measure it at the down part. So what you are going to do after measuring it is that you're going to have a pencil, because I want to cut out is a pencil gun. So to achieve that pencil gun, you can decide to come in by 1 inch, or come in by 1.5 inch, come in by 2 inch. Depends on how you want it. But as for me, I'll be coming in by 1.5 inches. So me, I'll be coming in by 1.5 inches. So for my hip line, I'll take my ruler like this and I'll connect it. So can you see how it looks? So that is how our pencil gun. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to divide whatever I have here. No, at least my shoulder slants down to this place. Whatever I have, this is 7.5. Yes, 7.5. So I'm going to divide it by 2. I'll be dividing it by 2. So after dividing it, I will make sure that I get the center. So this is the center. So after getting the center, I'll take my tape rule like this, come in by 1/2 inch. This is where 1/2 inch stops. So now connect my ruler this way. I'll make sure it touches this place, and also go in, touches this place. Can you see? So now that is all about the armhole. So the next thing that we'll be doing, I'll be taking my side darts. The reason is that my shoulder to my half length, the front half length is 17 inches, but for the back, if that front half length is a bit longer, longer than the back half length because of the bust area. So my back half length is 15.5 and my front half length is 17. So the difference is between that 17 and the 15.5 is 1.5. So is that same 1.5 that I will be taking out from the front half length. So to take my side darts, so from this bust line, you come down by 1.5. If your own differences, the half length, front half length and the back half length, if your own differences is more than 1.5, it is 2, you're going to come down by 2. If your own is 3, you come down by 3. So mine is 1.5, the differences is 1, so I'll come down by 1.5 from this place. And from here, I'll come outside by 1 inch. Yes, because I don't want it to get to the nipple area. So like I said, I'll come outside by 1 inch and also go down by 1.5 inch here. because that's the difference between the front half length and the back half length. Then I'll take my ruler and connect this way. Take my ruler, then connect this way. And to cut it out, before you cut out your pattern, please make sure that you fold this place, because we're going to be folding it on the fabric too. So make sure you align this place and fold it. Align it very well and fold it. In case the line doesn't match with each other, you'll be able to trace it when it is on fold. So make sure you fold it before cutting out. So I'll go on to cut out the bodice now. Can you see? So if you're on a larger, you have a bigger bust, so this is how it's going to look like. So your bust will be able to sit very well on this. So after cutting it out, this is how it looks like. You can see that I'm still folding it and it's matched with each other. So see, can you see? So after stretching it out, it will definitely form this crease. Can you see? So we move to our back pattern. I measure from this edge, from the starting point, we're going to come down by ½ inch, and we'll mark the points. Then connect it. So this is our shoulder line. We're going to label it shoulder line. And from the shoulder line, I'll come down by 7 inches. That is for my chest line. I've already marked the points. So I'll take my ruler, then rule the line up. So also, from the shoulder line, I'll come down by 11 inches. So my shoulder to bust point is 11. So I'll come down by 11 inches. I've entered to mark the points. Now take my ruler, then roll it. So the next line I'm going to be rolling now is my shoulder to waist. So for my shoulder to waist is 15.5. So I've went ahead to mark it. Then I'll take my tape rule and connect the lines. I'll connect the line this way. 15.5. Remember that our front measurement is 17 inches, our front half length, but for the back it is 15.5. So from let me label it. So this is my chest line, this is my bust line, this is waist. And for my waist, I'll come down by 9 inches to determine my hip. Come down by 9 inches to determine my hip line. I'll mark this at several points. 9 inches, 9 inches, 9 inches. Take my tape rule, then I'll connect the lines. So from this waist again, so from my waist again, to determine my full length, I'll go down by 28 inches. I'll go down by 28 inches. Now I already told you that my gown length is 45, so 15 is 45 inches. So I'll go down by 28 inches. So this is 28 inches. I'll go down by 28 inches. So I'm going down by 29.5 inches. So I'll go down by 29.5 inches. Then I'll mark it. So 15 minus 45 is 29.5. So I'll mark this at several points. Now take my ruler, then connect the lines together. Yes. Connect the lines together. So the next thing we have to do is to determine our neck. The next thing we have to do is to determine our neck. I hope you can see this. So for the width of my neck, I'll be using 3. This is 3 here. And for the length, I'll also be using 3. So I'll mark this 3 at several points to have a square shape.
Please note that for the back neck, the depth should be 1.5 by 3 and not 3 by 3 like my honey. For I'm going to adjust
now
that
use
later.
my hand I'll use my hand, yes, to make the curve. So then what we're going to be doing is shoulder. My shoulder measurement is 15. It's 15 divided by 2. I have 7.5. So I'll mark 7.5 here. So from that 7.5 that I marked here, you can see it, I'll come down by 1 inch. So I'll take my ruler again. That is my shoulder stance. I'll take my ruler, then I'll connect the lines. So now to determine my armhole, what I will do, my bust circumference is 36 divided by 6 plus 1.5, it will give me 7.5. So I'll come down by 7.5 here. I'll make a dot. Then whatever I have here, I'll measure whatever I have on my shoulder, which is 7.5. I'll also go in to determine it here at this armhole, 7.5. So then I'll make a straight line here. At this edge, I'll make a straight line. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do now is to take my dot measurement. So my nipple to nipple measurement is 8 divided by 2. I have 4. So I'll start from this first line. So I'll measure 4. So this is 4. I'll go to the waistline as well. I'll measure 4. And then from the waistline, I'll come down by 6 inches. Then I'll also measure 4. So I'll take my ruler. I'll connect the 3 dots together. Connect the dots together. So I'll be using 1.5 inches for my dots allowance. So I'll divide it to 1.5 inches into 2. So I'll be having 0.75. So then I'll mark 0.75 here. I'll also go to the other side here. I'll mark 0.75 as well. Then I'll take my ruler. Remember, this is the back pattern. So I'll take my ruler and connect it from that 0.75. I'll connect it up to the bust line. I'll do the same for the second side too. I'll do the same for the second side. And for this down part as well, I'll also connect it like this. I'll also connect it like this. I'll come to the other side again and I'll connect it again like this. Then that is ready for the back pattern. So now the next thing we have to do, I have to do now, is from this bust line, I'm going to measure my bust circumference. Bust circumference divided by 4 is 9. So I'll take 9. I'll take my measurement 9 inches. So this is 9 inches here. This is my 9 inches here. So my allowance is 2. I'll add 2 inches to it. Sorry. I'll add 2 inches to it from my allowance. Can you see here my 2 inches in? So I'll measure whatever that I have all together. This is 11. So I'll do the same. I'll mark 11 at the armhole as well. The same thing that I marked at the bust is what I'll be having at the armhole. So at the waist, my waist divided by 4. My waist is 27 divided by 4. Whatever I have, so I'll also label it here. I'll also mark it here. Then I'll be adding 2 inch. I'll be adding 2 inch to it. This is my 2 inch to each. Then also come here. This is where my 2 inch allowance ends. So I also come here. Whatever I have at my darts area, I have 1.5 inches. I'll replace it again. I'll replace it here. So I'll take my ruler. I'll connect these 3 points together first. I'll connect the 3 points together first. So then I'll move on to my hip line. So to my hip line, my hip is 38. So I'll be having 9.5. 9.5. Yes. 9.5 as my hip. So I'll add 2 inches to it as my sewing allowance. So this is 2 inches. Then I'll use my hand to connect it. So whatever I have at this hip line, I'll measure it. This is 11.5, right? So I'll go down to my full length, 11.5. I'll also mark that 11.5. This is 11.5 here. Then I can go ahead and connect it all the way, and this gives me a straight gown. But then to achieve a pencil gown, I already told you, to achieve a pencil gown, you can come in by 1.5 by 1 inch but by 2 inches. But me, I'm going to be using 1.5 inches, so I'll come in by 1.5 inches. So I made a mistake earlier. From my waist to my full length is actually 30, so that's the only mistake I made. So from my waist to my full length is 30 instead of is 30. Yes, it's 30, but then I said it's 29.5. It's actually 20 when I calculated it. So from my hip, let me label this is hip. So for my hip here, I'm going to make a straight line from this 1.5 inches that I go in by. I will connect it to achieve a pencil gun, because it's pencil gun that I want to achieve. So I so now the next thing to do here is my armhole. So whatever I have at this length to my armhole, this is 7.5. So I'm going to take my paper like this, divide it by 2, then make sure that I get the middle point. This is the middle point. Then from the middle point, I'll come inside by ½ inch as well. Then I'll connect it like this. So I'll connect it like this. Sorry, I'm using a free hand. I'll connect it. I'll connect it this way. So that is how it will look like. So another thing that I'm going to do now is my zipper pouch. So the zipper pouch, to get rid of zipper pouch, whatever that I have on my chart is 1.5, so I'll divide it into 2, which is 0.75. So that is 0.75 as well is what I'm going to use. So I'll come in by 0.75. I'll come in like this from my waist line. This is 0.75. So also from this waistline, I'll go in by 6 inches. I'll go in by 6 inches. I'll also connect it this way. Can you see that? So then from this waistline, I'll go up to my zipper, to the neckline. Then I'll connect. Yes. So this is how it's going to look like. And to this place, I'm going to be using my hand to do that. I'm going to be using my hand to, yes, to achieve this. So the next thing that I'll come down by 1 inch at this place. I'll come down by 1 inch at the hip line. And also at this down part where slit supposed to be, at the zipper area where slit supposed to be, I'll go in by 1 inch. Sorry, at this hip line I'll be going down by 1.5. Yes, I'll be going down by 1.5. It depends on how big your hip is, so I'll be going down by 1.5 at this hip line. Then I'll connect with my ruler. I'll connect with my ruler. So I'll use my hand tool to finish up the rest. So then I'll use my free hand also to make sure that I achieve that round effect. And this is how it's going to look like. So at this point, we are through with the back body pattern, and this is how it's going to look like. So if you have gained value in this tutorial, please kindly like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.